My closest friend wed my former spouse. Yet I silently stepped aside, and what followed next flipped their supposedly flawless existence upside down a few years back. I, 34, female, enjoyed what many would label an enviably ideal existence. I was wed to Lucas. He wasn't merely a decent spouse, he was the spouse, the sort who prompted others to murmur, "Wow, you're incredibly fortunate." And I truly was. Even my college-era best friend, Ashley, 30, female, often echoed how blessed I was to have him. She'd remark, "Guys like Lucas are rare, you realize." He was kind, diligent, and an outstanding father to our daughter, Lily. He'd return from exhausting shifts at his tech role and still summon the vigor to narrate Lily's bedtime tales or construct cozy blanket forts in our living room. He even voiced the characters during Storytime, and she adored it. He was the partner people fantasize about. Affectionate, a phenomenal dad to Lily, and among the most generous souls I'd ever encountered. He toiled relentlessly yet carved out moments for us, assisting with Lily's assignments, preparing meals, or organizing small family adventures. Life alongside him felt secure, reassuring, and genuinely flawless. But apparently, flawless wasn't sufficient for me. I can't pinpoint when it began, but eventually I grew restless, perhaps weary. I loathe confessing this now, yet I began undervaluing Lucas. His reliability, his steadiness, I mistook it for monotony and persuaded myself I craved greater thrill. Looking back, it's absurd because that steadiness was genuine safety and devotion, but then I was too short-sighted to grasp it. Around that period, I started confiding in Ashley. I'd complain about feeling trapped, like each day blurred into the next. "I know Lucas is wonderful," I'd admit, "but sometimes it seems like I'm merely existing on autopilot." Ashley always attempted to ground me. "That's marriage," she'd counter. "It's no longer courtship, it's about forging something enduring." I'd nod, but her advice never resonated. I suppose I resisted it. That's when Dylan entered the scene. Dylan worked at a quaint coffee shop near my workplace. I'd visit during lunch breaks, and initially he was simply the amiable barista brewing my latte. He possessed this magnetic aura, boisterous, self-assured, brimming with wild anecdotes. Crowds gravitated toward him, and he thrived in the spotlight. Compared to Lucas, Dylan was a stark contrast. Lucas was serene, dependable, and shunned attention. Dylan, however, was daring and perpetually the focal point. I found myself pulled toward that vibrancy. At first, it was light chatter while fetching my drink. Then came shared jokes. Once, as I chuckled at his absurd tale about a patron attempting payment with board game cash, he leaned closer, flashing a grin, and murmured, "You've got an amazing laugh, you know." His slick charm and wordplay sent my stomach fluttering in a way I hadn't experienced in ages. It was an adrenaline surge, and for a moment I forgot my marital status. Soon, I frequented the cafe daily, not for the brew, but for him. I convinced myself it was innocuous, a minor spark in my otherwise dull routine. In hindsight, I was deceiving myself. Truthfully, I relished how Dylan made me feel seen, cherished, even a tad defiant. Lucas no longer elicited that spark, though truthfully, he didn't need to. He was occupied providing for us while I chased fleeting highs. Matters accelerated swiftly. Dylan began messaging me beyond work hours, humorous memes, or casual workday quips. It felt innocent initially, but the exchanges grew flirtatious, and I didn't halt them. If anything, I fueled them. It was exhilarating, like leading a secret existence. I recognize how terrible that sounds. Believe me, I despise myself for it now. I mentioned Dylan to Ashley once offhandedly, recounting a comical cafe story. "He seems like trouble," she replied with a wry grin, "but fun trouble." It appeared harmless then, so I dismissed it. I withheld how frequently I visited or how I anticipated seeing him. I insisted it was trivial. One afternoon, Dylan invited me to dine elsewhere. I knew it breached boundaries, yet I consented. His flamboyance felt like liberation from my mundane life with Lucas. Post-lunch, events snowballed. We met repeatedly, and I'd grin at his texts. I can't recall precisely when it turned physical, but I know I initiated it. Dylan never coerced me. I felt euphoric, alive, shattering constraints I deemed restrictive. Guilt gnawed, certainly. Witnessing Lucas aid Lily with arithmetic or fold laundry uncomplainingly made me feel monstrous. Yet the more I saw Dylan, the more I rationalized betraying my own spouse. I convinced myself I merited joy, that liberation. One evening, catastrophe struck. I claimed overtime at work, a plausible excuse. Lucas never doubted me. His trust was absolute. That night, I visited Dylan's cramped, cluttered studio reeking of stale brew and budget scent. It lacked glamour, but then it thrilled me. Returning home, Lucas awaited on the sofa, clutching my office satchel. Panic surged, I'd forgotten it in my haste. Feigning normalcy, I mumbled about exhaustion and needing a shower, but Lucas saw through it. "Forget something?" he asked, voice steady yet edged. He emptied the bag. A cafe receipt tumbled out, time-stamped hours earlier. My pulse raced as I fumbled for alibis, failing. "Who is he?" Lucas inquired, unnervingly composed. He sought honesty, which I couldn't provide. I stood paralyzed as my deeds crushed me. Lucas refrained from shouting or probing. He rose, met my gaze, and stated, "I trust you." Then he ascended stairs silently. I lingered in the living room, engulfed in remorse, dread, and shamefully relief. A selfish fragment thought, at least it's exposed. The ensuing days blurred. Lucas spoke minimally, worse than fury. He drifted like a specter, completing chores, tutoring Lily, managing my neglected tasks, but addressed me only when essential. I wavered, confess, apologize, plead forgiveness, or embrace the escape from predictability. I chose the latter, believing I was granting Lucas someone appreciative while claiming my desired liberty. Weeks later, Lucas proposed separation post Lily's bedtime. His tone was detached yet deliberate. "I believe separation is wisest," he declared, eyes locked on mine. I didn't resist, weep, or mend. I simply nodded as if anticipating it. He avoided Dylan queries, merely stating he'd remain for logistical arrangements. Admittedly, relief washed over me then. I now detest that admission, but I genuinely thought it righteous, freeing Lucas, seizing my freedom. Divorce filings followed. Lucas contested only Lily's custody, seeking joint. I demanded full, arguing primary caregiving and flexibility. Lucas acquiesced minimally. "If it benefits Lily, I'll honor it." Then, I viewed it as surrender, evidence of indifference. Now I see his civility for Lily. Post-signing, Lucas departed. I anticipated liberation. Dylan cohabited weeks later. Initially, it matched my vision. We laughed, streamed films, acted spontaneously. He rejuvenated my youthfulness. Lily adapted initially, too young to comprehend. Dylan gifted trinkets, bantered at meals. I envisioned a novel family, equally viable, but cracks emerged rapidly. Dylan's spontaneity morphed into irresponsibility. Job instability persisted, excuses abounded. Tyrannical bosses, incompatible schedules. He cycled gigs, rarely exceeding months. I dismissed it initially, my salary sufficed. But bills accumulated, Dylan's tailies soured into grievances, charm faded. Lily sensed strain, querying, "Why doesn't Dylan work?" Or "Why's he always weary?" I evaded, fabricating excuses. Crisis peaked when Dylan borrowed for his vehicle, vowing repayment. Instead, he splurged on gaming gear to unwind. Confrontation elicited laughter. "You're overreacting, we're okay." We weren't. Savings dwindled for rent, food, childcare while Dylan gamed, bemoaning fate. Resentment brewed, yet I felt cornered, unable to admit error to Lucas or abandon Dylan without further chaos. One exhausting workday, I returned to Dylan unconscious amid takeout debris. Lily tackled homework solo. "Where's Dylan?" I asked. "He said he was tired," she replied. Something shattered within. I'd uprooted her from stability into turmoil for what? A man too lazy for her studies. I yearned to phone Lucas, beg reconciliation. Shame and fear paralyzed me. I persisted with Dylan, insisting improvement loomed, knowing I lied anew. The coveted freedom became self-imposed captivity, self-inflicted. Lily increasingly mentioned Daddy, each instance twisted guilt deeper. She'd inquire, "Why doesn't Daddy visit?" Or "Can I call him?" I permitted calls. Lucas's warm, unwavering tone contrasted our disorder. His devotion to Lily shone, amplifying my self-loathing. Dylan failed as envisioned fun stepdad, couch-bound, phone-obsessed, leaving me juggling all. Tensions climaxed one night. Post-work dishes piled, homework ignored, Dylan amid wrappers. I erupted. "Help once. I can't manage alone." He shrugged. "You wanted this, I'm no nanny." "Nanny?" Lily wasn't random, she was our daughter. Family shouldn't burden him. I retreated to the bathroom, sobbing silently. Next day, Lily asked why Dylan skipped her schoolwork. Innocently curious, I deflected. Guilt surged. This violated my custody promises. That night, post Lily's bedtime, I dialed Lucas, months since direct contact. He answered promptly, sensing distress. "What's wrong?" I blurted. "I can't anymore, Lucas. Massive error. I thought I wanted this, but I undervalued us. Need help. Lily needs you." Long silence, then sigh. "What do you propose?" Unprepared, I faltered. He waited then. "I'm here for Lily, but can't remedy your choices." His words stung. Apologies interrupted. "Apologize to yourself. Become the mother Lily merits." Call ended. I felt adrift. Lucas neither raged nor insulted, merely finished. Next day, feigning strength for Lily, I inwardly fractured. Lost my anchor, discarded for indifference. Dylan, oblivious, griped job woes. Week later, I drove unannounced to Lucas's. Lily embraced him. I yearned to but refrained. In his living room, I confessed. "Dylan, debts, regrets. Don't deserve it but need aid for Lily." Lucas listened impassively then. "Sorry for your strife, but I'm not your fix. Lily's my focus, our chapter closed." Pleas for therapy ignored. "You chose, I chose." Lily needs consistency, not pretense. Drive home hit Nader. Dylan slept unaware. Viewing him, revulsion surged. I traded nobility for sloth. Now bewildered, heartbroken. Crave comfort only Lucas provided when lost. He ignores calls. Unsure, pursue Lucas. Lingering affection. Hey all didn't anticipate such descent. Worse than imaginable. Post Lucas' rejection, returned shattered, no path forward. Morning, Dylan bellowing at games, ignoring squalor. Sink overflowed, bills scattered, laundry heaped, my reality stifling. Lily asleep, confronted Dylan for plan. Defensive. Trying, hate this trap. Exhausted, I relented, futile. Worsened, Dylan retreated, irritable, inert. Job promises dissolved into gaming. I extended hours for utilities. Resentment mounted seeing his leisure. Debt calls relentless. Dylan, delay payment. Clueless or delusional. Post-money row, Dylan vanished. Return jittery, borrowed from thugs, owed heavily. Dismissed, I'll manage. Didn't. Visitors pounded, demanding. Terrifying, curtains drawn, Lily warned. Anxiety peaked. Dylan worsened, offered pills to relax. Should have expelled him. Stressed, I ingested one. Escalated rapidly, coping mechanism. Dylan normalized it. Self-loathing, yet quitting triggered worse anxiety. Lily observed, worry in eyes, withdrawal to room or friends. Heartbreaking. Vowed cessation but insurmountable. One night phoned Ashley, distant lately, assumed busy. Picked up, vented. Dylan's inertia, collectors, addiction struggle. Drowning, Lily notices, worst mom. Ashley measured. Need professional aid, rehab, brushed off. No time, will stabilize. Pause, then bombshell, can't conceal, must inform Lucas. Panic, no, figuring out. It's Lily, she retorted. Can't ignore. Please, accusations futile. Love you both, Lily priority. Call ended, trembling dread. Knew Ashley truthful, Lucas proactive. Days obsessive checking, silence agonizing. Posted seeking guidance, devastated, terrified. Fallout swift, 2 days later, Lucas arrived unannounced. Knock jolted, open to his ominous calm. Scanned interior chaos silently. "Where's Lily?" stammered, he fetched her. Emerged with packed Lily, bewildered. "Mom," Lucas, "she's with me." Begged discussion, promises. Chances exhausted. Won't risk her amid your unraveling. Tears, pleas ignored. Departed, Lily's fearful glance gutted me, collapsed post-exit. Bombarded contacts, vows of help. Silence. Empty house, self-made ruin. Lost all marriage, security, child. My fault, high month since Lucas took Lily. Silence deafening. Phone vigils fruitless. Therapy started, Ashley's prior idea feels tardy. Focus self-rebuild, but Lily's absence aches. Reached Ashley despite rift. Answered, shaky. Mess but trying therapy clean. Need Lucas/Lily updates. Pause, meet in person. Relieved, drove. Hesitant welcome, vented progress pain, Ashley. Glad efforts but disclosure, Lucas and I dating. Unplanned post-crisis reconnection. Stunned, together. Yes, stability for them I provide. Betrayal, how, hardened, not about you, you wrecked, Lucas deserves reliability. Truth pierced. Trusted confidant now with discarded love. Numb drive, home collapse sobbing, wanted Lucas confrontation pointless. No claim post-deeds, lashed at Dylan, lounging amid trash. Snapped. Your fault, leech, smirked. Blame me, mature. You self-destructed, cheated, spiraled, lost kid. Stinging accuracy. Leave, towered. No, you go, tolerated your drama long enough. Shoved belongings, departed wordlessly. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.